Hey folks, I just watched that video with Peggy Hubbard. That poor woman is so mad, so frustrated, so pissed off. I just wished I could give her a hug and hold her and tell her that what she's saying is right and not to give up. Well, I'm going to tell you something, folks, and I don't care whether the black community likes it or they don't like it. What she's telling you is 100% right. You're perpetrating Black Lives Matter. You guys are perpetrating one of the biggest scams that's ever been perpetrated on the black community. And the sad fucking part of it is, it's black people perpetrating it on their own kind. That little boy, Deshaun, 10 years old, killed out in front of his grandmother's house while his parents and relatives were inside planning grandma's funeral in a drive-by by 4 black men in a car. Now, what that family ever did to those black people, those black men, God only knows. That's one of these stupid gangbanger attitude things that just makes no sense to me or anybody else. Peggy's right. You don't like the way things are for yourself? Change it. Get that education. Get your ass out of the ghetto. Make something of yourself. You can't tell me, oh, it's too hard. Everything's hard, stupid. Everything is hard. I spent over 23 years in the Navy. Back when the Navy was not so mamby-pamby. When I went in, Vietnam was still going on. Boot camp was a nightmare. I'm telling you right now, folks, this Black Lives Matter crap has got to stop. One thing that pisses me off, and I see it, I read, I keep up on things like this, is you let a white cop, or a white man for that matter, shoot another black man. Oh my God, Black Lives Matter's all over it like fleas on a cat. But you let a black cop shoot a black man? You don't hear a peep one. You don't hear a word one. Not a word. And when a black cop shoots a white man, because the white man screwed up, you don't hear us out there protesting, raising hate and discontent, breaking into people's stores, looting them. You don't hear us doing that. I'm white. You want to know why we don't? Because we look at it with common sense. Obviously, that fool was doing something he shouldn't have done. You know, granted, you guys have got a valid point about some things. There's no doubt in anybody's mind about that. You got a valid point. There are cops out there that should not be wearing the uniform or the badge. Should not be anywhere within 100 miles of a weapon. I'll give you that. But that's where you go to your police commissioners, your mayors, your state senators and stuff, and you get them to start weeding these assholes out. And this shit of not squealing on each other. I says, you got a neighbor, you've known this guy for years, but you know that the house he's living in is a goddamn drug den. And you don't want your kids anywhere around him, but you've known this guy. And you don't say a word about him making his drugs and dealing them out of that house next to you where you're raising your kids. You don't say a word. Why? Well, snitches get stitches. Oh, too fucking bad. When it comes to my children, I guarantee you, if somebody's got a drug house next to my kids, I guarantee you I'm snitching on their ass. Because I don't want my kids around that shit. I don't want my kids ended up accidentally getting hooked on drugs. I don't want it. I don't want my grandkids doing it. When are you stupid fucking people going to wake up and smell the coffee? Just like Peggy said, black community, wake up. You're being scammed by a bunch of scam artists. And I hate to say this, but back in I can't remember what year it was, but it was when Khrushchev was still Prime Minister of Russia, President of Russia. He said, "We will not invade America. America will destroy itself from within, and then we'll just walk in and take over." Well, guess what? That's what's happening. Only it's not Russia taking over. It's people who learned and paid attention to history. The ones that are walking in and taking over now are the terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda, ISIS and stuff. And now we've got BLM. Black Lives Matter. You're a terrorist organization because you're only out to harp on the black man. You guys got the problem, not the white man. You guys got the problem. You don't like how your neighborhoods look? Peggy's right. Clean it the fuck up. I'm sorry, but what's going on with y'all just does not cut it with me anymore. I'm tired of people being stupid and ignorant. And that's just exactly what's going on. Y'all being stupid and ignorant, and I back Peggy 100%. That poor woman is telling it like it is, and you dumbasses can't see it. Why? Because you're like a bunch of goddamn sheep. Only thing is, the problem you're not seeing is, as with sheep, there's a hole in the fence. One's going to go through it. They're all going to go through it. But the thing is, where this hole in the fence is a cliff. Y'all going to go through it and fall off that goddamn cliff, and then you're going to wonder what the hell happened. She's right. Them good old boys in the KKK down in the South just laughing their asses off because you killing each other. They ain't got to lift a finger. They ain't got to lift a finger. I'm not a racist, folks. I've married outside my race twice. And I've got nothing against anybody. But when I see stupidity mounting upon stupidity, being led by stupidity, then I gotta say something, and I side with Peggy. That poor woman is fighting a hell of a battle, and she's got me on behind her, and I can guarantee you she's got tons and tons of people behind her, backing her up. So it's time for y'all, as a black race and black communities, to wake up, smell the coffee, make the damn changes. Because if you don't, there's nobody to blame but yourselves. Don't be telling people that, oh, it's all the white man's fault, it's because of slavery. Slavery, I guarantee you, 95% of the people that are in this Black Lives movement don't know anybody that was a slave. Never met anybody that was a slave, or knew somebody that had slaves, or had family that was slaves. I guarantee it. So get over this shit of slavery. Get over trying to change our history as Americans. And quit being so goddamn politically correct, because you know what? That's what's caused all these problems. We're so afraid of offending somebody. Well, excuse the hell out of me. To be a strong country and a strong nation, you got to stand together, and you got to not worry about stepping on somebody's fucking toes. So I'm stepping on some toes right here and backing Peggy up 100%. Wake the fuck up. Where's the outrage? I'm outraged that that poor little boy got killed. I'm outraged about the other people that got killed. But some of them that you guys are outraged about, no. I'm not outraged over that, because they were nothing but thugs. They asked for it, they got it. The thing is, there's an old saying. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's all I got. Later, y'all take care.